Don't scroll. Let's solve this question together. Which of the following is a secondary alkanol? Then what are alkanols? Alkanols are organic compound. They are organic compound with the functional group of OH. So we recognize members of alkanol with the functional group of OH. So all these options are members of alkanol because we have OH in their structure. So they are members of alkanol. But we are talking about secondary alkanol. Then the secondary alkanol is a class of alkanol. We have three classes of alkanol. We have primary alkanol. We have primary alkanol. We have secondary alkanol. Then we have tertiary alkanol. How can you recognize a primary alkanol? A primary alkanol is the type of alkanol in which the carbon atom that holds your functional group, that is my functional group OH, attached to this carbon atom, consists of two hydrogen atoms. When this carbon atom consists of two hydrogen atoms and one alkyl group, you call it a primary alkanol. Let's assume that you don't have an idea about alkyl group, so you can still recognize hydrogen atoms. So when the carbon atom that holds this functional group consists of two hydrogen atoms, you call it a primary alkanol. So let's move to a secondary alkanol. So this is your functional group. So your functional group attached to this carbon atom. So when the carbon atom, this carbon atom now contains only one hydrogen atom. When this only one hydrogen atom attached to this carbon atom that holds your functional group, you call it what? A secondary alkanol. Then you are going to have two alkyl group. Two alkyl groups with one hydrogen atom. Forget about these two alkyl groups. So when you have just only one hydrogen atom on this carbon atom where your functional group attached to, you call it what? A secondary alkanol. So let's talk about tertiary alkanol. So your functional group attached to this carbon atom. So when you don't have hydrogen atoms at all on this carbon atom, you call it what? A tertiary alkanol. So a tertiary alkanol consists of three alkyl group. R are alkyl group in organic chemistry. So when your carbon atom consists of three alkyl group with no hydrogen atom, it has no hydrogen atoms at all. So you call it what? A tertiary alkanol. So here we are talking about secondary alkanol. So let's start with their structure. I'm going to use structure to explain. So the first carbon atom, then we should not forget that in organic chemistry, each carbon atom must be surrounded with 4 chemical bonds. So let me surround it with 4 chemical bonds. So hydrogen and Cl2 attached to this carbon atom. So hydrogen first, followed by 2 chlorine atoms. Then this chemical bond will attach to this carbon atom. So 2 hydrogen atoms and alkyl group are on this carbon atom. So let's first attach 2 hydrogen atoms. So 1 hydrogen atom here. So another hydrogen atoms with this hydroxy group OH. Then our attention should be focused on the carbon atom where this alkyl group the functional group attached to. So our functional group OH is on this carbon atom. Then how many hydrogen atoms do we have on this carbon atom? So we have 2 hydrogen atoms. So when you have 2 hydrogen atoms on the carbon atom that holds your functional group, you call it what? A primary alkanol. So it shows that option A is what? Is a primary alkanol. So let's check B. Option B. So we have 1 carbon atom. In between the carbon atom, so we have double bond, followed by another carbon atom. Now the first carbon atom with 2 hydrogen atoms. 1, 2. or one here, another one, two. So you are going to put those two hydrogen atoms. So 4 chemical bonds surrounded this carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So likewise, this one we have one hydrogen atom here, then followed by another bond. So the last carbon atom with two hydrogen atoms and hydroxyl group. We have 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 hydroxyl group. So our attention should be focused on this carbon atom because our functional group attached to this carbon atom. Then how many hydrogen atoms? Our functional group attached to this carbon atom. How many hydrogen atoms do we have on this carbon atom? That is 2. So when you have 2 hydrogen atoms on the carbon atoms that holds your functional group, you call it what? A primary alkanol. So this is a primary alkanol, not secondary alkanol. So let's move to option C. Option C. So we have carbon atom with 3 hydrogen atoms. 1, 2, 3. Then 4. This chemical bond followed by this carbon, hydrogen and hydroxyl group. So this hydrogen and this hydroxyl group are on this carbon atom. So let's attach. So we have hydrogen atom, then hydroxyl group. Then followed by this chemical bond, then this carbon atom with 3 hydrogen atoms. 1, 2, 3. So let's attach hydrogen atoms. So our attention should be on because this is our functional group now. Our functional group OH attached to this carbon atom. Then how many hydrogen do we have on this carbon atom? Just only 1. So when we have only one hydrogen on the carbon atom that holds the functional group, you call it a secondary alkanol. Only one hydrogen atom attached to the carbon atom holding our functional group. So we call it a secondary alkanol. So therefore, the correct option is what? Is C. So let's try option D. So option D, we have carbon atom with 3 hydrogen atoms. 3 hydrogen atoms. Followed by, we have CH2 in 3 places. CH2 in 3 places. That will be C1, 2. CH2. This is carbon atom with 2 hydrogens. So another CH2. Another carbon atom with 2 hydrogens. Then the third one, CH2. So this is C and H2. So in 3 places. So we have opened this structure followed by this one. C with how many hydrogen atoms? We have 2 hydrogen atoms. So this is another hydrogen atom followed by OH. So our functional group OH is on this carbon atom. Then how many hydrogen do we have on this carbon atom? 1, 2. So when we have 2 hydrogen atoms on the carbon atom that holds the functional group, we call it a primary alkanol. So the last structure is what? Is a primary alkanol. So the correct option is